welcome to episode 17 of Super Flashy Arrow of Tomorrow.
19.
Well, 19, whatever the fuck. You know what I meant. It's the one after 18, because numbers are hard. I am your host, Sir Cussalott Travis Pointer. I am joined by my co host, Mara the Shark Watkins.
Hello, everybody.
You alright over there?
You literally asked me what episode this was, and then you said completely.
Whatever the fuck. We're still here though, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Chill.
Oh, good. That was good. I needed that.
How are you today, Mara?
I'm good.
You good?
I'm putting together IKEA furniture.
That sounds like so much fun.
I love it.
Yeah, because that's what we all love to do is put together IKEA furniture.
I think of it like a puzzle, and I like puzzles.
If I want to put together a puzzle, I'll just get a puzzle.
All right.
Just saying. But anyway, yeah, we're here once again to talk about the Berlantiverse, the Arrowverse, Flareoverse.
Clusterfuck.
Mara still wants to call it a clusterfuck. I'm not sure why still, but, it makes sense to me, but apparently it doesn't make sense to Mara, therefore it's a clusterfuck. But who knows?
No, it makes sense to me. It's just a clusterfuck of shows.
Maybe we need to define what a clusterfuck actually is, Mara.
Uh,
But yeah, that's what we're here for. We're gonna talk about Supergirl, Flash, Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow. Even though it didn't come on this week, but it comes on next week, so we'll talk about what's happening next week. But yeah,
let's start with Supergirl.
yeah, I guess we can start with Supergirl. That happened on Monday, right? That's how we usually do this, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Well, this episode was called Homecoming.
Fitting.
Yes, very fitting because, Papa Danvers came home. But before that happened, though, we had Mon-El waking up waking up in Kara's bed.
Mm-hmm.
But there was no Kara in there because she was out doing Supergirl shit. He was all like, well, I feel some kind of way about waking up and you not in the bed and shit. I'm like, it would be a little bitch.
I
But,
want to wake up next to you, Carl.
yeah, whatever. She was busy.
The perks or downfalls of dating a superhero.
I mean, I guess. I think my thing is, you get over it. You already know she's Supergirl. So, shit happens in the morning and you still sleep. Whatever. But, yeah, that happened. And then she told him, like, hey, I want to, keep things quiet about this, not tell everybody yet. Of course, he doesn't do so, which I thought was funny. Like, she just told him, like, yeah, let's keep this quiet. He said, yeah, let's keep it quiet. And walks in like, hey, me and Kara are dating.
They have to go through a whole sexual harassment seminar.
Yeah, they got to fill out forms with HR and shit. Yeah. But soon after that, Kara and Jean, intercept this truck that's transporting some shit, and it just happens to be Papa
Papa
Danvers.
Dan.
Yeah. So he's in there. They get him out. We find out later on that he was the one that turned the original Hank Henshaw into the cyborg. Like he was forced into it. And they're like, yo, your hand's all fucked up. Turns out his hand wasn't actually all fucked up. It was just, all cyborg.
Bionic.
Yeah, he went all cyborg in the hand or the arm. I want to know. Well, I guess it makes sense, but it's still like, yo, Mon-El was bringing up some pretty valid points throughout the entire episode, and everybody was just ignoring them.
Right.
And I can kind of see why Kara and Alex were, a bit, opposed to the idea of their dad turning bad and there being something up with it. But I don't understand why Jean was just so, you know, receptive to him and not suspicious at all.
I think it's probably because, like, they had this understanding, when he took on Hank Henshaw's identity. And it was just kind of just like, oh, cool, you're back. But I do understand it. I was like, normally he's very, like, on the ball about being.
Exactly. He's usually the voice of reason, and didn't happen this time. And I just wasn't feeling it. I'm like, why doesn't Hank, when Jean, like, why isn't he onto this? Like, why isn't he suspicious at all? Like, yeah, you can come on back. Here's your ID card, bro. Yeah, welcome back.
Right?
The
Like,
fuck,
what?
bro?
You ain't even gonna extreme vet this guy?
Even Mama Dan was like, yo, I don't know you anymore. Like, his own wife was like, bruh, I don't know you.
We gotta get to know each other again.
Yeah. But this dude, old Jean's like, yeah, come on in. I'll give you access to all this top secret, like, super interdimensional shit that we have.
Ay, ay,
But yeah, man. So got this whole thing with Monel is like, oh, forgot about this thing when Monel was asking questions. Papa Dan was like, yeah, I know who you are, and I don't think Cara would like the truth if I told her. Like, oh shit. So there, we were saying before, there's more going on with Monel with those other people bowing to him and shit before. Like, what's up with him? So
yeah, I was like, what the fuck does he mean by I know who you are?
yeah. Yeah. Well, we know something's up with them because, like I said, on that thing when they were on that like slave moon shit, those folks like just let him go and then bowed to him. So we know there's
Right.
something up with him, but we don't know what it is. But it was interesting knowing that Papa Danvers knew. Like, yeah,
But I mean, I'm just so team Mono that I'm kind of like just, I'm probably just gonna let it go.
I guess we know you're all about the Monel car ship because Jimmy wasn't good enough for it because he's black.
No, that's not why. You don't get to throw that in my face, man.
Oh man.
I'm all about interracial relationships. I'm in an interracial racial relationship.
You can't even say the words. Look at you.
I have a child that is a product of an interracial relationship. Come on, Travis.
I didn't say you didn't like other races. I said you didn't like black guys.
That's not true either. Just because my spousal unit of right now is not black does not mean I don't like black guys.
I wasn't referring to that. I was referring your opposition to the ships that involve the black guy.
It's just this one black guy, and it's not because he's black.
You can't prove that though.
Clearly, I can't, but it's
Yep.
not because he's black.
Too bad. I've already said it. It's on the internet, therefore it must be true. Um.
It's literally just the actor.
Mm-mm-mm. Who happens to be black.
All right. He could be Native American or Hispanic, and I'd still feel the same way.
We'll never know.
You won't ever know because you can't just change races overnight. He's not Rachel Dolezal.
Oh my God. We're talking about Supergirl right now. We're going to move back.
By the way, where is Jimmy?
Hmm?
I feel like I haven't seen him in like at
Yeah,
least two
he has
episodes.
been missing for a minute. I don't know what's up with him. I don't know. That's a very good question.
I just thought about that. I was like, I haven't seen him for like two episodes now.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, he goes and Monel was like, "Hey, I got some suspicions. Come help me with these suspicions." Wynn's like, all right, bruh, I got you. After I'm done making out with my alien girlfriend.
They're so cute together. I'm happy that that's working out right there.
It's one of those I look at them like, dude, they are fucking a lot. Like, you just get that feeling that she's just like, yeah. Every time she's around him, like, yo, I want your penis. So come on, like all the time.
Maybe like where she's from, that's like a custom for them. Like, instead of going on just like dates to movies and stuff, it's just a lot of cock and ball play.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with it. I understand. I get it. The world needs more cock and ball play.
Not too much though. There's too many irresponsible people out there.
Okay, the world needs more well-directed cock and ball play.
There we go.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Anyway, he was like, they were like, okay. Wynn sees Papa Danvers trying to, like, get into the DEO mainframe. He was like, yo, he was getting in the mainframe and shit, y'all. And like, yeah, I was just looking at Kara and Alex's case files because I wanted to see what my daughters were doing. Because I couldn't.
You could just ask. I mean, that's like a dinner conversation.
Because I couldn't just ask them, like, not like that would be a great conversation to have with your daughters, like
at dinner, man. Like, yeah, that's like dinner. That's like dinner talk.
Yeah, that's great conversations. Like that'd be perfect. But no, Alex is still in denial. Like, oh, that's my father, and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, fuck you. Like, no, ask questions. It's okay to ask questions. Anyway, he's like, yo, Cadmus has a bomb. They're going to blow some shit up. You need to stop them from blowing the shit up. Of course, there's no bomb. He's like working with Cadmus for real.
But I mean, we all kind of saw that coming because, like, the way the trailer set it up, it was almost like, yeah, he's here, but he's not really here.
Yeah.
Or it's like, it's him, but it's like, there's more to the story.
Yeah.
Because that's under what happening. We thought, like, maybe he's being brainwashed, but, everyone, like, the point that Manel kept making, like, he's been with them for 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and he's still alive. Like, on some level, he has to be, like, kind of helping them. Now, whether he wants to come back to the girls or not, there's got to be more to it. You get what I mean?
Yeah, and he was like, that whole thing when he's talking to Alex, and he was like, yo, would you believe that I did this all for you? And he's like, I don't, that whole shit happens and all that, but that doesn't make much sense. But okay, sure, you did it for me, Dad. Thumbs up. She lets him go and shit.
I would have shot him in the kneecap.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you didn't have to kill him to shoot him. Like
you could have like taken him you could have shot him in the kneecaps. He wasn't gonna go anywhere, and then you could just lock him up.
Both of the kneecaps.
Yes, both kneecaps.
He got a super cyborg arm, not super cyborg kneecaps.
Exactly.
But hey, who am I? I'm not a trained DEO agent. What do I know?
Nothing.
Clearly.
Jon Snow.
If only I knew as much as Jon Snow, because, if you're Jon Snow, you can die and get brought back. Game of Thrones spoilers. Here's another thing I just wanted to point out. There's a serious lack of locked doors in this world, and that disturbs me.
Because plot purposes.
Like, they knock them like, it's open. Why the fuck isn't your door locked? I can kind of see why Kara doesn't lock her door, because she's fucking Supergirl. Who she has really nothing to worry about. Like,
no one's really going to get the jump on her, so.
Right. But everybody else who has these unlocked doors, like Alex, whose door is just open. Like, why is nobody's door locked? Why don't you lock your doors?
I would say because they live in a world where they don't really have that much crime problems, but I
They
mean,
have super crimes. Like they don't even have regular crimes. They have crimes on an extra superhuman level.
that's why they don't mind. That's why they don't require locking their door. They're just I'm more likely to have an asteroid come through my window as opposed to a burglar coming through my front door.
That's the thing.
So,
They have burglars too. Like she stopped a burglar that morning. Remember? Like
oh yeah.
that happens too.
But you get what I'm saying though. Like they're not all that concerned about small things like burglars and maybe the occasional murderer.
That's my issue. The fact that they just don't seem to give a fuck that you know somebody can break into their place without having to break in. They can just turn the doorknob.
my my couch gets stolen. My couch gets stolen. I wake up murdered. I wake up murdered.
Well, I don't know if anybody's ever wakes up murdered. You know,
All right, are we really gonna have this argument that Kenan and Kel had?
I don't know what argument the kid and Kel have.
You can't wake up dead.
Well, you can't. Like, if you're dead, you don't wake up.
Wait, was it Kenan and Kel?
That doesn't sound like a Keenan and Kel thing. If it was Keenan and Kel, I feel like I remember that.
It wasn't. It might have been It might have been a scary movie argument.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Oh,
I'm gonna have to watch the movie the Kenan and Kel movie, the Two Heads Are Better Than None, just to see if that's where I got that from.
okay. Well, yeah. So we also see that, Papa Danvers takes the entire, like, alien registry list from the DEO. And Cadmus is building some kind of weird ship thing. I don't know what they're doing with it, but they're building like a ship kind of looking thing.
I'm probably gonna send them back into space and blow it up or some shit.
Just throw it into the sun or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Not saying that's not tragic. I should have said that with more feeling in my voice.
It's TV. Who cares? That's just the kind of plot points that happen in television. You throw shit into space or into the sun because space and aliens and evil people.
Pretty much.
So yeah, anything else you want to touch on this episode before we move forward?
No, I mean I enjoyed this episode. I feel like this is slowly showing. Like remember I keep saying I feel like Cadmus is their big bad.
I mean, it is. It
For
just
this,
didn't feel like it to me before. It just they there was one little threat that they kind of like they posed a threat, but then they got stomped out right away. You know what I mean? So it just they didn't feel as menacing to me. But now it seems like okay, they have deeper plans. Now they've been arrested and shit. They got loose and all that. As long as I don't look directly at Hank Henshaw and his like metal plate on the side of his face, that it's gonna bother me forever. But as long as I don't look too closely at that, I'll be okay.
all right.
Because it doesn't look like he's a cyborg. It literally looks like he took half of a helmet and just like glued it on the side of his head.
I'm telling you, it looks like he had some to him, and like to fix half his face, you need to put a metal plate on, half of it.
I guess because they had the thing before where he like his face was kind of just like it looked like it was a part of his face. I don't know why they didn't just stick with that. I'm like, yeah, we're just gonna put this thing on his head. Like, that's stupid. But anyway, that's it for that. But we did see, the trailer for next episode that was called Exodus. Cadmus is using that list. They're rounding up a bunch of the aliens that are on that registry. Papa Danvers is like, yo, I can help. I'm not sure what he's gonna help with. We clearly can't trust this dude. And there's a face to face with him and Alex again, and yeah, we'll see what happens. So yeah,
The Flash.
yeah, that's Supergirl. We're gonna move on to the Flash. This episode was Attack on Central City.
Part 2.
Well, no, the first one was Attack on Gorilla City.
Oh, okay.
and this was attack on Central City. So you weren't too high on what happened last episode because you didn't get enough gorilla. Is this enough gorilla for you?
I'm telling you, this was their whole budget just thrown into this episode. It was, I'm not gonna lie, I was highly entertained watching like 100 gorillas run the way they ran. I
That
was
did it for
watching.
you,
I was
huh?
like, this was the budget. This was the entirety of their budget for the rest of the season, and it went straight into the
Well, I mean, they still got to pay for Savitar too, so
right. Not like, and not to jump too far ahead because I'm about to. The Savitar looked more extra, which is why I'm saying their budget went into this episode.
yeah, yeah. So kicks off with Barry, being a good boyfriend and shit, and now it's like, you make me sick to my stomach with that shit, being all lovey dovey with Iris and shit. Mostly jealous, but whatever. Um, One thing I really enjoy with this episode though is HR interacting with Earth Two Well,
HR.
interacting with Earth Two Wells. Yeah. Oh man, that is just it's hilarious. Tom Cavanaugh acting against Tom Cavanaugh apparently is great television.
Yes, it is.
And then you got HR decorating the whole lab for what they call on his Earth Friends Day, which is basically Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that shit was hilarious. I was just like, Friends Day.
Is that 2 weeks after Valentine's Day? Like,
Wait. Can I just say something? When I was watching this episode, I was just like, I wonder at what point will Barry get desperate enough with this whole, Iris is gonna die storyline that he's gonna propose to her.
oh yeah, this week.
But I was thinking that like the first 10 minutes of the episode, especially like after Iris goes, Barry, will you be my friend? And I was just like, when will he propose to her? Because I feel like at some point he's gonna get desperate enough about this whole thing that he's just gonna propose to her.
Oh man, yeah. So we saw in the trailer last week that Gypsy was it the trailer or just in the actual episode? Either way, we found out last week that
It was the episode.
we found out Gypsy was how Grodd was getting to Earth One. And we find out this week that it was because she was being mind controlled, and that was how she was doing it. So, she comes over, brings him over, gets locked up, like, hey, my bad.
Like I didn't do this on purpose. Like I didn't wasn't even where I was doing it.
Yeah. But one thing I will say I was really excited about is that they actually did like had them in the gorilla armor like they had in the comics, and I'm like, oh, this is wonderful. This is wonderful. This makes me so happy because I felt like they were gonna try to make it look more realistic and not have them wearing the armor and shit, but nope, they did the gorilla armor.
Right. I was like, what do we even need? What do gorillas need with armor?
Yeah, I don't know what they were gonna do with it either, but I was glad they had it. So
But it
let's
was crazy because, for as much of Grodd that we got during the episode, we didn't necessarily see them that much.
no, it was well placed, Grodd.
Yeah. So it wasn't like overkill, but it wasn't like too little that I was just like, come on, man.
Yeah. My thing though, one thing I really want to point out with this episode is Gypsy and her like not wanting to help. Like that's a really shitty reason to not want to help. Like, this is your fight, it's not mine. Like, motherfucker, you brought him here. Like,
Right? Like, bitch, this is half your problem.
whether or not you did it on purpose or not, you still did it. So you need to help. Stop getting mind controlled, then, motherfucker. Like,
Right? Do up your mind saving skills.
basically, man, like protect your brain.
Upgrade yourself.
Yeah. Now, let's talk a bit about Wells, Earth Two Wells, and his whole "I'm sick" thing to try to like keep Jesse from leaving him and shit.
So is he not really sick, or
No,
is it
no, he's
like
not sick. He was lying. He did that to try
okay?
to like, cause he knew that that Wally would say some shit and try to like call it off to make Jesse stay back with him and all that shit. Cause he's a fucking genius. That's the kind of shit that he knows would work.
Okay, because I really believed him for a second, and I was just like, oh shit, that sucks.
Yeah, we all believed him at first, and then and then Jesse was like, he's full of shit, and called him out on it because
Jesus, like,
she knows her
I'm not
father.
dumb.
Yeah, and yeah, he kind of like said like I never said I was sick. I just said I don't know how much time is left because how much time do any of us have? All that kind of shit. So,
She's like, oh, come on, Dad.
mm-hmm. So they also realized that because at some point Gride, mind controls Joe to talk to Barry, and she's like, "Yeah, we in this bitch." Almost, has Joe shoot himself in the head, but Barry stops it, which I still think is a tease because Joe's gonna die. Um, because that headline is still there. Joe West honored. I'm telling you, he's gonna dead. Um,
They got really deep into, how Barry always tries to save everyone, even people who are either beyond saving or, just technically aren't worth saving. You know
mm-hmm.
what I mean?
Yeah, he doesn't. He's the one that's always like, he
No, 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 we can, no, keep him alive, man.
exactly. He's the hopeful one. He's the one with hope and like, yo, we don't do that. We stay on this side. We don't cross that line.
But yeah,
Unlike Mr.
I mean,
Oliver Queen on the next show we're gonna talk about, who's just like, yep, yeah,
die, 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 die.
and not even everybody. It was just he'll cross that line at points. Like, yeah, this motherfucker needs to die, but he doesn't kill Grodd. Even though Barry at one point was like, yo, you're gonna have to kill Grodd. Iris is like, don't kill Grodd, all that shit. That's not you. Blibbity blobbity blue. Um, Grodd uses his little mental control thing to get nuclear missiles, because why not? Um,
I was just fucking shit up, man.
my thing was like, yeah, Grodd was going to use nuclear missiles, but he wasn't really, from what I saw, it didn't seem to be far enough away to where that wouldn't harm him. Like, feels like he'd get hit in that blast too, but,
He was like, fuck it, kill
maybe
me too, man.
maybe I'm asking too many questions. Maybe I
Yeah.
should have just, go
Yep.
with what we're seeing now, but whatever. Um, see, Cisco pretty much talks Gypsy into coming back because she was just full of shit anyway. We got to see, all three speedsters working together, even though it was just Barry, like, all right, me and you, Grodd, and then Wally and Jesse just zipping around in a big group of gorillas and shit. They eventually all get their ass whooped, but, they try. Until they bring back, the hell is his name? Why can't I think of his name? Solivar. And
Yeah.
Solivar whoops Grodd's ass because,
I told you this is also where a lot of the budget went was, to two big ass gorillas fighting each other.
and it also is pretty expensive probably because, I'm not positive about that, but Solivar sounded like he was being voiced by Keith David.
It was Keith David.
You don't know who Keith David is? That random nigga that's in everything. Um, how can I make you know him? Have you seen ATL?
Don't take me my black card for this.
Jesus Christ. Barbershop.
Yes.
Lester Wallace in Barbershop.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that nigga. Like that's what I'm saying. I didn't know his name for a long time either. I just knew that was that one dude that's in everything. Just randomly.
Yeah, he is.
Just
He
randomly
is
pops up in
everything,
everything. Like
right? Good or bad, he is always everything.
yeah, he's just always there. So yeah, I think that was his voice. I'm not positive. I never actually looked it up, but it sounded like him. It sounded like Keith David.
Well, I'm
And
looking it up, so
I
we'll
would
see.
imagine he's not cheap.
Not at all. No. Yeah, he was Solivar in The
Yeah,
Flash.
it sounded like him. So yeah, he whoops Grodd's ass. Flash
Oh yeah, he was
convinces.
also Princess and the Frog.
Yeah, so Barry convinces them not to kill Grodd, and Argus has him now. Argus has Grodd locked up
For how long though?
until they need him for another episode. Um,
Hmm.
let's see. So we get to the proposal when Barry finally like, I'm done looking into the future. I'm just gonna change it now. Marry me. And she's like,
Oh,
yeah, take that, future. You know. And then we get Wally and Jesse on the couch, like, hey, cuddled up. You know what? And she's like, you know what I want? And Wally's like, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And she's like, it's a big belly burger. God damn it. Like why she do that boy like that? Like, what the fuck? She knew what he
Because
was
white
thinking.
women.
She knew what he was thinking. Have you seen Get Out yet?
No, but I was saying because Cosmo wrote a whole article about the problem of white women. So
They cause
from now
problems.
on,
They do
huh?
cause problems. I've dated them. I've dated a couple. They cause problems. I'm just kidding. I love y'all too. But y'all do cause problems. But all women do, so it's okay.
But yeah, so
Yes.
the Savitar comes up to Wally.
Is it Savitar? Or is it all in his head?
Ooh,
Because that's what the trailer suggests for the next episode.
true.
That's all in Wally's head and he's not actually seeing them. Next episode called Wrath of Savitar, by the way.
It's gonna be awesome.
But yeah, he's seeing Savitar and other visions. Then the trailer ends and it looks like Barry saw Savitar also. So we don't know what the fuck is going on here. But my guess would be like somehow Wally is what the cause is for Savitar somehow making it back to, out of the Speed Force and coming back because of his connection to Savitar.
Mm.
So yeah, that's Flash. Anything else you want to touch on before we move forward?
Nope.
Okay, so there was no Legends this week, and we already talked last week about the next episode, Land of the Lost.
I hate you so much. Can you please stuck in my head for another week?
Oh man, for those of you out there that don't know about Land of the Lost, like that's the show that came on. It was actually the show in the 90s actually wasn't even the original show, but it's the one I watched when I was a kid. So there's more than one Land of the Lost, but you want the 90s version of Land of the Lost because of that song. Yeah. Living in the land of the lost. But anyway, we talked about that already. Land of the Lost. I want to see dinosaurs. We'll see. But, Rip is fucking shit up because he can control Gideon. He does some kind of self-destruct sequence. There's a Sarah versus Sarah fight. I'm not sure how that happens, but I'm all here for it.
Right? It's gonna happen, so
Yeah.
I'm cool with
So
it.
it's cool. But yeah, that's Legends. We'll see next week. But Arrow. This episode is called Fighting Fire with Fire. And the team believes that Prometheus is the one behind the leaked info to the press about, Oliver covering up the fact that Arrow killed Felicity's boyfriend. They said the name like 700 times, so now I know it. His name is Malone, Detective Malone. But yeah. Oliver's trying to tell Thea, like, you need to go and talk to Susan, the reporter lady, whose name I also know now, because apparently that matters.
And they've said it three million times, so
yeah, exactly. Like they're like, okay, apparently she's gonna be around for a while, so I need to actually learn her name. So her name is Susan, which I don't
God
know.
damn it, Susan.
My thing is, how like generic of a white lady name can you come up with? Susan.
Susan.
Like, you just seem so plain. Your name is Susan. You don't get
Susan's like the name of like a girl you don't like.
Man, they've done so much better. They got Dinah and Felicity and Thea. Like
Have you ever met a Susan that you like?
Yes. When I was in 7th and 8th grade.
Oh my God, does this even really count?
I met a Susan. Her name was Susan Russell, and she was our band director, and she was great.
Okay.
And other than that, I don't even remember meeting another Susan. So, who knows? I may have met another Susan. I just didn't know her name was Susan. But anyway, yeah, that's the reporter lady's name is Susan. Then the DA is coming in like, yo, go ahead and put this on me. I'll resign and blah, blah, blah. They need, somebody to put this on. And I was like, no, you just be my lawyer instead in this shit and blah, 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 blah.
Can I just say
Nope.
that
Go ahead, Tina.
oh, what was it? Yo,
That
the
was a Bob's
DA.
Burgers reference in case you all didn't realize what we were doing there. But go ahead.
What was it? Yo, the DA. I always forget his name, but I'm just gonna keep calling him DA.
Something
Oh,
Chase. Adrian
okay.
Chase is his name.
Okay. Adrian Chase is literally that friend who is your fakest friend of them all.
Bruh, here's the thing. This whole time before like last episode, because at last episode I'm like, that's probably not him. But up until this past episode, I'm like, I thought that Adrian Chase was Vigilante. Like the whole time.
Yeah, you even sold me on that. I was just
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I was convinced that he was Vigilante. And now we found out, nah, he's actually that other guy. He's Prometheus.
Fucking Prometheus. So he knows where fucking Evelyn is, right?
Yep, he knows where fucking Evelyn is. So I'm sure he'll let us know where Evelyn is if he hasn't killed her. But she's
Right? Or has her
Artemis.
locked up in a basement somewhere.
But she's Artemis, so she serves a purpose like for comic books, period. So I don't think she's dead or locked up or like that. She kind of goes back and forth between good guy and bad guy as far as the comic books go. Let's see. Curtis made some new shit before he got divorced by his husband.
Oh my God, I was so sad about that. But I'm not gonna lie, I kind of saw it coming. The more and more they kept talking about how, the husband called him up to have dinner and such.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was thinking, I was like, yo, wouldn't it be crazy if like this dinner wasn't to get back together? Because this is how all TV shows and movies go. It's always they call them up to have dinner or grab a drink or something like that, or just meet up and talk. And that's when they hit them with serve them with the papers for that they're filing for divorce.
Well, see, I saw it differently. I thought it was some kind of setup. So I thought he had like called the police or some shit. But
Oh no, I didn't see all that. I just kind of saw it being like this was the final nail going into tomb of that's their
well,
relationship.
I just always expect the worst from people. So um, let's see what else. But anyway, Curtis was making some new shit, and I just want to point out that the 12-year-old inside me enjoyed all the balls jokes. Like
So many ball jokes.
they were, and they all made me laugh. Like, and afterwards I'm like, "Ah, Travis, you're such a pubescent child," and I'm okay with that. Um, so yeah, the impeachment hearings were all like, they weren't going well for him, and Theo's like, "Yeah, we need to go ahead and blackmail this dude because that's the only way we're gonna make it." And Oliver was like, "No, don't blackmail him." And Felicity was like, "Okay, we won't blackmail him, but she wants me to blackmail him." And there's all that shit going on. I kind of think you should let Thea back blackmail him, but that's just me. like,
Right.
it's in the end, it's like, yeah, that was private, but he's not really gonna hurt him with it because he's just like, hey, I'll tell people about this if you don't let me talk. All right, we'll let you talk. He lets him talk. He doesn't get out. Everybody's fine. Like, it seems like it would have been okay, but that's just me. Maybe I'm like, maybe I'm just a
Right.
cold. Maybe I'm just a cold-hearted bastard. Who knows?
It's a little bit both.
Yeah. Um, I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know.
Let's see what else happened this episode.
I mean, the whole thing with Thea and Felicity, it's like, well, the thing with Felicity is starting to take on its own story with her hacking crap.
Yep, which is why I
And,
still think she's gonna end up being a villain, but that's just me.
and then, like, Thea, finally had come to terms that, you know, I feel like ever since, her return from the Lazarus pit, like everything she does becomes so intense for her. So like, the bloodlust was very an intense thing that she was stuck in. And
Mm-hmm.
now this whole politics thing has become like her drug. She like Kellyanne Conway with real purpose.
Well, she was using what was that other drug before? The fuck was it? Um, fuck. Why can't I remember this? Vertigo.
Yeah.
So I mean, vertigo. Then it was the bloodlust. Now it's the politics. Thea has an addictive personality.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I was like, Thea has like a addictive personality.
Hmm. So she was like, "Yo, let me get up out of here so I can get my shit together." But
Right.
let me see what else. There was some Bratva shit from the flashbacks that was happening, but I just really didn't care.
It's all right. She
Yeah,
doesn't like hearing Russian stuff.
I mean, I didn't like seeing it either. So, but yeah, there was some Bratva shit going on that I just really didn't care about. They had
Yeah,
their
I don't
own.
know what it had to do with any
I guess because it was some kind of hearing for them too. So
or choosing a side or choosing
yeah,
a final decision about something.
yeah. So I was just like, what the fuck? I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
I tell you, I just start to zone out when the flashbacks. Like I'll stare at the screen until they go away, and then it's like the switch in my mind just clicks. Like, okay, pay attention again.
Yeah. Um. Then there's this whole Felicity and John thing when he was telling her like, yeah, you don't want to cross into that path of doing these bad things. You play with fire, you can get burned, and yada 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 yada.
Yeah, he said the title of the episode, and I was like, roll credits.
Mm-hmm. Um. Yeah, like I said, I still think Felicity's gonna end up becoming a villain, and she's gonna have all those hackers behind her and shit. And it's like, if next season that happens, I would be so excited, cause yeah, something pretty much ended up driving her all the way over the edge, and she goes complete villain without actually being a villain. Probably like thinking that she's doing the right thing. Yeah, I can see that happening and loving it.
Right.
Especially since, like I said, they're setting up Curtis to kind of be her replacement because he's like, you know, doing things that she would do, and a lot of times doing them better.
Like nerd to the extreme.
Yeah, with his balls. Um, Let me see. And then there's that whole thing with her going to Helix. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna join you because
So now I'm wondering how is she going to be able to, do what she's doing with, Oliver and them, and then also be part of Helix, which is, you know, Helix.
I really don't see how that one of those can interfere with the other. Really, right now, it's just them just being a part of being hackers that work together, and that could actually be helpful to her right now. I'm just seeing it to a point when they get to somewhere where she's like, "Yeah, I want to do this," and the team is like, "You shouldn't do some shit like that," and that kind of drives them apart. And yeah, they end up not working together anymore, and her being a villain. Um,
Okay.
then we have this whole Susan like, "Yeah, I forgive you," because all her shit got cleared out. She's like, "Yeah, you didn't do it, but you knew who did, and you had them clear the shit up. I get it. I'll keep your secret." Yada yada yada. Um, yeah, I guess. And because of that, now Prometheus can
Wait,
take.
so did he confirm to her that he was Arrow, that he
Yeah,
was Arrow, or is it just like
yeah,
she's like, okay,
yeah. She knows, and that goes back to what I was saying before, like back with like season 2. I'm like, entirely too many people know that he's the Arrow. Like, what the fuck? But
and now she's a loose end, which is clearly, well, not loose end, but now she's a liability, which is very clear in the trailer for next episode.
and the end of this episode when Chase is like, "Yeah, I have an exclusive for you," and slams her door. So
Yeah, it's like life or death. And I was like, okay, nigga, you just being creepy now.
yeah,
You're like Jared Leto level of creepy, like from Suicide Squad level
yeah.
of creepy.
Except he's not sending dead animals yet. Um,
Now he's just killing people. The
yeah,
fuck,
yeah,
nigga?
yeah, man. But next episode called Checkmate confirms my suspicions. Well, not confirms them, but kind of lends more.
Addresses them.
Yeah, when she was all like, yeah, she knows when Talia shows up and she's there and she knows who Prometheus is. I really, really think that she trained Prometheus.
Mm.
And we see that Prometheus has Susan and all that kind of shit. There's a hostage situation going on and all that. So we'll see what happens next week. But yeah, anything else with Arrow?
No, I mean, I like this episode. I always like Arrow. I just wish that I'm just happy these flashbacks are ending.
What I want and what I've seen people speculate about is that maybe after the flashbacks are done, they'll start doing flash forwards. So we'll get the Arrow with one arm when he like has a little cybernetic arm and shit. I would enjoy that, but that's just me. But that's gonna do it for this week's episode of Super Flashy Arrow of Tomorrow. As always, you can find us on both Twitter and Instagram at Creation Magazine, CreationMagazine on both Twitter and Instagram. Mara, where can they find you on the social of medias?
You can find me at Twitter and Instagram at Mara Dashark underscore. That's MARADASHARK underscore.
Oh, I forgot also you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com. Facebook.com / Creation Magazine. I don't know what Facebook.com is, but maybe that's some new shit. But you can
It's a
also
Russian website. Don't go to it.
you can also find me on both Twitter and Instagram at Sir_Cussalott. That is Sir_Cussalott. SIR_CUSSALOTT. Both Twitter and Instagram.
Boop.
So yeah, that's it for this week's episode. Don't forget, subscribe, share, talk to us. I'll respond. Mara will respond. We like talking back to y'all. But we'll see you
Pretty
next
much.
week. Until then, stay creative, stay free.